Michael Weatherly returning to NCIS for season 24 after Tony and Ziva spinoff was canceled. For longtime NCIS fans, the last few months have been an emotional roller coaster. First came the disappointing news that NCIS, Tony and Ziva would not return for another season, ending what many hoped would become a long-running chapter for television's favorite undercover couple. Just when it seemed that Tony DiNozzo's story had reached another unexpected conclusion, CBS delivered a surprise that has reignited excitement across the fandom. Michael Weatherly is officially returning to NCIS for season 24. The announcement marks one of the biggest casting developments the franchise has seen in years. Weatherly isn't simply making a brief cameo or dropping in for a nostalgic reunion. Instead, he is set to play a major role throughout the new season, bringing Tony DiNozzo back into the heart of the flagship series nearly a decade after his original departure. Deadline: the end of one journey opens another. When NCIS Tony and Ziva premiered, fans finally received something they had requested for years: a chance to see Tony and Ziva David together as a family after everything the characters endured. Their story had always been defined by impossible timing, heartbreaking sacrifices, and emotional reunions. The spin-off finally allowed viewers to watch them navigate life beyond NCIS while raising their daughter, Tali. It represented a fresh direction that balanced action with family drama. Unfortunately, that journey proved surprisingly brief. Following its first season, Paramount Plus decided not to continue the series, bringing the project to an abrupt conclusion, despite enthusiastic support from longtime viewers. The cancellation disappointed fans who believed Tony and Ziva's story still had plenty of chapters left to tell. EW.com. Yet television history often proves that one closed door leads to another. Rather than disappearing from the franchise again, Weatherly is heading back to the series where Tony first became one of television's most beloved investigators. Coming home to the MCRT, Tony DiNozzo was never just another special agent. From the earliest seasons, he brought humor, movie references, quick wit, and unwavering loyalty to Leroy Jethro Gibbs's team. His personality balanced the darker criminal investigations, making him one of the franchise's defining characters. Across 13 seasons and more than 300 episodes, viewers watched Tony evolve from an immature prankster into a confident investigator, dependable leader, and eventually a devoted father. His decision to leave NCIS in season 13 wasn't driven by career ambition. Instead, it came after learning he had a daughter with Ziva and believing she had died. Tony chose family over the badge, one of the most emotional exits in the show's history. Although later appearances confirmed Ziva had survived, the couple's future largely unfolded off-screen until the recent spin-off. Now, the flagship series finally has another opportunity to explore where Tony stands today. Why season 24 is the perfect time. The timing of Weatherly's return feels especially significant. Season 24 arrives as NCIS enters another transitional era. The series has successfully survived numerous cast departures over its remarkable run, yet longtime fans continue to cherish connections to its earliest years. Bringing Tony back bridges multiple generations of the show. Veteran viewers regain one of the franchise's defining personalities, while newer audiences get the opportunity to experience firsthand why Tony became such a fan favorite. His return also follows another major announcement involving the franchise, with Mark Harmon preparing for a larger role in NCIS Origins. Together, the moves suggest CBS is embracing the rich history that helped make NCIS television's longest-running procedural drama. EW.com. What could Tony's return mean? CBS has confirmed Weatherly will appear in a season-long arc, immediately raising countless questions. Has Tony returned to active duty permanently? Is he consulting on a high-profile investigation? Could he eventually rejoin the major case response team? Or is his appearance tied to an ongoing case involving someone from his past? Each possibility opens fascinating storytelling opportunities. Tony has accumulated years of experience outside NCIS since leaving Washington. Whether he spent that time in private security, international investigations, or simply raising Tali, he is no longer exactly the same man viewers said goodbye to in 2016. That personal growth could create compelling interactions with today's team. Veterans like Timothy McGee have changed dramatically during Tony's absence, while newer agents have never worked beside the legendary DiNozzo. Watching those relationships develop may become one of Season 24's greatest strengths. The Ziva question. Of course, one question towers above every other. Where is Ziva? The cancellation of Tony and Ziva naturally leaves uncertainty surrounding Cote de Pablo's future within the franchise. CBS has announced Weatherly's return, but has not confirmed whether Ziva will accompany him. That silence has fueled endless fan theories. Some believe the writers intentionally want Tony's return to stand on its own before revealing another surprise later in the season. Others speculate that Ziva could make a guest appearance once the season's central storyline reaches its climax. Until official announcements arrive, fans can only speculate. But given how inseparable Tony and Ziva's stories have become over the years, it is difficult to imagine one returning without the other's presence eventually being acknowledged. Cinema blend. Nostalgia meets new possibilities. One reason NCIS has endured for more than 2 decades is its ability to reinvent itself without forgetting its roots. Characters come and go, leaders change, entire teams evolve. Yet the show's core themes, family, loyalty, and justice, remain constant. Tony embodies those values perfectly. His trademark humor may still lighten tense investigations, but viewers now know the deeper emotional layers beneath his jokes. He's no longer simply Gibbs's wisecracking senior field agent. He's also a father whose priorities have fundamentally changed. That evolution gives writers richer material than ever before. Instead of revisiting old dynamics, Season 24 can present an older, wiser Tony facing entirely new challenges. A franchise that refuses to slow down. Very few television franchises continue generating this level of excitement after more than 20 years. NCIS has expanded across multiple cities, introduced numerous spin-offs, and welcomed generations of characters. Even after cancellations and creative shifts, the universe continues finding new ways to surprise audiences. Michael Weatherly's return demonstrates that familiar faces remain one of the franchise's greatest strengths. For viewers disappointed by the end of Tony and Ziva, this announcement offers reassurance that Tony DiNozzo's story isn't finished after all. In many ways, it may be entering its most interesting phase. Season 24 now carries enormous anticipation, not only because a beloved character is returning, but because fans finally have another opportunity to see how one of NCIS's greatest agents fits into today's team. Sometimes the best comeback isn't the one anyone expected. It's the one that reminds viewers why they fell in love with a character in the first place.